Welcome to Cricket Flats, the successful infill 5-story mixed-use building along Cricket Avenue in downtown Ardmore, Lower Merion Township, received a 2021 Montgomery Award for context-sensitive design, transit-oriented development concept, and collaborative public process.
Building the Cricket Flats was the perfect, was the right thing to bring to Ardmore, with all the demand drivers that it brings with the town center, suburban square, the train station. A mixed-use building like Cricket Flats would offer quality living spaces for our residential tenants and quality commercial spaces for our retail tenants. We were passionate about bringing that to the town, and I'm glad we did.
So the layout of the ground floor is something that doesn't get a lot of attention, but it's really some of Barton's best work. The township did not want any of our vehicular traffic to come off of Cricket Avenue. So the way we have laid it out is the cars come in off of Trolley Way, one way in, one way out, and behind the retail stores, there's covered parking for about 30 cars for the exclusive use of the retail customers. This is just really good urban design because the cars are off of Cricket Avenue, hidden behind the stores, so it activates the retail corridor, and the customers are able to pop through the corridor behind me and quickly access the stores. In addition to that, the residential entrance is in the middle of the corridor, so it gives the residents of the building a little bit of privacy when they're coming in and out of their homes. The real challenge in mixed-use buildings are getting the uses to play nice, and I really think Barton nailed it in this case.
So when the Peets came to us with this project, we knew we had a challenge on our hands. We knew that this was going to be an infill building, a building that had to fit within a context with a rather varied vernacular. We knew that across the street, a much larger building, a more controversial building was being constructed, and we wanted to sort of work, I guess, more in the background. So what we did, and actually per the ordinance, is we pulled the building up to the build-to line at 3 stories, which met the context of the street, especially up to the north. And as you can see with the bay windows and the bays that's sticking out, we sort of bring that, but bring it in a more of a modern form. That is with the ceiling heights and building heights that are what you would do today. And then we step back stories 4 and 5 so that when you're walking down the street, the building really does meet the ground as the rest of the context does. So one of the other challenges of Cricket Avenue was that the sidewalks were actually relatively thin. And to have sort of that active streetscape, even the idea of having possibly a restaurant or cafe tables really presented sort of a problem. So we actually set the ground floor of the building back another 6 to 8 feet on the northern half of the building, which allows for that sort of expanded public realm for the building, even though the building itself and the facade still come all the way out. So this building had to go through the Historic Architectural Resource Board many times, and we did lots and lots of detailed drawings of this. The architectural principal in charge of this project, incidentally, for Barton Partners was Matt Koenig, who unfortunately passed away this past summer. He, along with Steve Bickle, our director of architectural design, spent many months going back and forth with Harb on the particular details, and I think it actually resulted in a great project with a variety of details between the masonry at the ground floor, the cement fiberboard paneling with the details on the bay windows, and then the brick facade background. I think it all works together really well and was consistent with the standards that were provided.
So it was an adventure. This process from entitlements to certificate of occupancy took more than 4 years. And during that time, we had some significant challenges that we needed to overcome. The township and the township staff were meticulous about making sure that in overcoming those challenges, we met every rule and regulation to the T. What I can say is that the township staff is a team of consummate professionals that really has the best interests of the stakeholders and constituents of Ardmore in mind. Throughout the process, Lower Merion Township and the township staff had significant and productive input into all the details of the building to the benefit of the occupants of the building and the way the building interacts with the community surrounding it. I would say that they definitely challenged us as developers, and Cricket Flats is a better project for it.
We had a number of hurdles and challenges in building the Cricket Flats. With the ordinance in place, it allowed us to build a building with 100% lot coverage, which was fantastic in getting the appropriate density into the Ardmore Town Center, but brought a whole slew of challenges in building the project. A few of those challenges included underpinning with the buildings next door, having to obtain easement rights from all of our side neighbors, in addition to handling stormwater management. Lower Merion was very progressive in allowing us to put our stormwater management in a parking lot alleyway behind the building and having a long-term agreement with them in which we would put the stormwater management system below the parking lot, and we would be responsible for maintaining it in perpetuity. So all that being said, we overcame those challenges with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but working together with the Lower Merion and our construction team and architect, we were able to build the building.
Cricket Flats, the result of an extensive public participation process, is an excellent example of an outstanding transit-oriented development and serves as a model for future development.